Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be unboxing the third kit in the 1/100 scale Iron Blooded Orphans line. It is McGillis Schwalbe Graze. I'm looking forward to this. The Graze was pretty cool, I gotta say. Not quite as nice as the 1/100 scale Barbatos, but definitely a really nice kit and an improvement on the HG. An improvement, I should say, technically in terms of just like the details and things like that. Personally, I prefer the proportions of the HG more. So, I don't know, we'll see how this one goes. Maybe this one I'll like the 1/100 scale more than the HG. Of the different versions of the HG Graze that I've built so far at the moment of filming this is the regular Graze, the Schwalbe Graze, and the Graze Kai. Schwalbe was my least favorite of the three, just because of its design, but yeah, again, I don't know, we'll see. Maybe this kit will change my mind about the Schwalbe Graze. I think definitely painting in a different color will change my mind as well. I'm not really a huge fan of just this kind of all-over blue color scheme for it. I would definitely want to give it a little bit different color scheme, and then I'd probably appreciate it a bit more. But no matter what the case, it definitely looks like a really cool kit, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. So I have to say a big thank you to MindFenix Hobby Store again. As always, these guys are awesome for taking good care of me, giving me lots of stuff to share with you guys. So please, if you're living in Australia, check them out and use their site because they're awesome. So let's get into this. Really nice box art. Again, of the three kits we've got so far, this is my least favorite of the box art as well, to be honest. The Barbatos was amazing. The Graze was definitely really cool as well. This one is nice, but yeah, not my favorite of the three. But again, this is mostly for the design. It's nicely drawn art. It's just the design is not my favorite. Everything about the design of the box art though is the same here. We've got the bottom has a couple of stills from the anime series there. You can see McGillis and the Graze sort of flying out of a hangar or something, it looks like. And then if we go around to the bottom of the box, you can see here we're just going to have same stuff that we saw on the front. Number 3 in the line. Coming up next, number 4 is the Gundam Gushan. I cannot wait for that kit, as I'm really looking forward to that. Here we got the front and back view of the kit. We can see looking very leggy there. Over here, just a bit about the inner frame. This, of course, it has the exact same inner frame as the regular Graze. And of course we can cast off armor parts and we can customize. We can take the shoulder armor from the Graze, the arm scissor thing from this kit, and give it to the Barbatos and make that really cool Barbatos there if we want. I'll show you guys that in the review, of course. On the other side, we've got some action shots here. Just a little bit about what you can do with this. It, of course, has the same weapons as the regular Graze, the rifle and the axe. The head can open again as well. And then we have a wire for the scissors. Over here is a bit about the pilot and the mobile suit, the story. 3,000 yen for the price tag. It's a pretty big box here, so 3,000 yen seems pretty reasonable. It's about the size of like an RE box or whatever, so it'd actually be pretty comparable to an RE kit, I think, like the GP04 or something like that. Here in our first bag, you can see it's just the same runner as the Graze, and there I can see our wires in there as well. A lot of this is going to be the same. Here, some dark blue there, that looks like a runner of all new parts there. And then a copy of a section of that runner, as well as a copy of the section of the dark blue. For left and right side, here's a couple of smaller runners, new parts again here as well as our stickers, more new parts. Poly caps, the axe is on there, and then there's some of our frame parts, all of that stuff is in there. That's not new. And then here on the bottom is our manual. So the manual is just going to have the same cover art here again, there on the bottom. And on the back, again, the same stuff we saw on the outside of the box, some action poses, a bit about the gimmicks, weapons, and things like that. Nice thing about this kit is that it does have the open hand, so if you're between the HG and the 1/100 scale, that's one advantage of the 1/100 scale, is aside from just better inner frame and better part separation and better details, it also has an open hand, so that's definitely a perk. Here on the bottom is the painting guide. Relatively basic there. For the most part, it's blue, and then the inner frame is gray, not too difficult to figure out. And then a bit about here, again about the pilot, about the mobile suit, some artwork there. Kind of cool artwork of the inner frame. Looks really interesting. It's actually really interesting. I just want to point this out. The inner frame for the feet looks really, really cool there. That's kind of interesting. I haven't noticed that before. Here on the other side, here is our parts list. You can see it's probably going to be all of our old parts here, and then we've got, looks like starting from maybe runner F1, yeah, F1, F2, G, and H, maybe our new parts, something like that. I forget where we left off on the Graze. But the construction is going to go along just the same as before. We're going to build the frame first, so we're building the body frame, then the head frame, arm frame, the other arm frame, waist frame, the leg frame, other leg. And once our frame is done, then we're going to go back and start putting on the armor. So we've got the body armor first. That should be exactly the same as the Graze. Head armor, that's where we're going to start to run into some differences. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. The arm armor, again, going to be different. The arm armor, new parts for the arm, new shoulders, new leg armor parts there, then finishing up with the waist, going into the backpack, then just a bit about the weapons, then building the rifle, the axe, which is obviously just two pieces sandwiched together there, and then just a bit about the posing gimmicks, the head, the back of the leg, the way that the hip works there, and then here's about how to put these parts onto the Barbatos. So if you want to do that, you can, just by using this. So it looks like you're going to use the gauntlet arm of the Barbatos, so you have to have the Graze in order to use this with that, it looks like. So again, we'll check that out in the review. Anyway, let's take a closer look at the runners. First, for our foil stickers, we've got pretty much the same thing that we had for the regular Graze, with the addition of a couple small ones there. Gray, but mostly we got the yellow for the eye, the green for the camera on the rifle, then the gray going around those horrible, horrible pieces on the chest. And here's our wire, or lead, whatever you want to call it. Seems pretty strong. The length of this is going to be just about 17 centimeters in length. And then the same polycap runner here, once again, PC212. Obviously there's going to be a couple in here we're not going to use, but there's all of our polycaps. Runner A is our multicolored runner here. We got some gray there for the rifle, blue parts for the feet, arms, and chest, and a couple of yellow parts for the chest, torso, and head, and then these white parts there for under the torso parts. So here's basically the only new part on this runner is this piece here for the eye, number 24. And once again, this runner at least is marked Graze, but I'm assuming a later runner will have a different marking. Runner B1 contains the majority of our frame parts, mostly for the leg here, and then runner B2 has the majority of the frame parts for our arms, including our hands and shoulder parts on there. Runner C is going to be the remainder of our inner frame parts for the torso and head, I believe is on here as well, so that is going to be it for the frame. And just once again, if you forgot, these do have a slightly different marking. They're marked as Graze frame instead of just Graze. Runner D1 is some armor parts here in dark blue, so we can see the runner is kind of chopped up from the Graze, as we do have a little bit different color separation now. But there's all of our parts for runner D1, and then runner D2 is just a copy of this section here. Runner E1 is going to be just our two parts here in gray for the axe. Runner F1 is going to be our first bit of new parts here. This is in white here for the axe, for the scissor kind of thing, and this does have now a new marking. This is marked as Schwalbe Graze, so we have a new marking there. And then we have runner F2. It's going to be some more dark blue parts here, just a few of these, more looking like for the head, and then these parts that are going kind of on the thighs. Interestingly, how these runners F1 and F2 look like they went together before is like this, so kind of making a little bit of an odd shape. Kind of makes you wonder if there's maybe another section of the runner that we may still yet to see in the future, or I'm just dumb. Runner G1 is once again more new parts here. Obviously, this is all in blue. All of our new parts for the backpack, the waist, the head, this and that. And then we do have runner G2 as well, to be a copy of this section here. And once again, these are marked for Schwalbe Graze. Lastly, runner H here is going to be some new kind of frame and thruster parts here for the Schwalbe Graze, as it obviously does have a few more thrusters than the regular Graze. So we have runner H1, and then runner H2 as well is going to be a copy of this section here, and that's it for the runners. So that is going to be it for unboxing the 1/100 scale Schwalbe Graze, McGillis's Schwalbe Graze. I don't think we're going to get another version of it, so I don't think they really had to put McGillis's right there in front. They probably could have just put that at the back like they do with some other kits, like just put Schwalbe Graze and then at the end like McGillis Custom or McGillis Use or something like that. But I don't know, whatever, it's just a name. I guess the Japanese does say that. The Japanese just says Schwalbe Graze, McGillis Custom, but whatever. Anyway, I don't think we're going to be getting another version of the Schwalbe Graze unless it's a P-Bandai kit. And so far we haven't got any P-Bandai versions in the 1/100 scale series, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time, right? So thank you guys for watching. If you have any other questions or comments, leave those down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the review, and I'll hopefully be answering those before you need to ask. So, thanks guys. Bye-bye.